Alright guys, this will be my final video in Lisbon, and it's not going to be answering a question. It'll be talking about something I witnessed that I really wanted to share, because I know there's a lot of young men watching my channel. So as you all know, I was staying at a hostel, and I cannot recommend, for starters, enough that you should really travel alone and go and hit up hostels. More specifically, if you're coming to Lisbon, you should really go to Good Morning Solo Traveler Hostel. That's the name, right? It's a safe place. Everybody is coming there to make friends, to be social. No one's getting bullied or left out. It's really quite amazing to witness. Now, I met so many nice guys, so many nice women in the last couple of days. And I met this one German guy, really cool guy, intelligent, ambitious, funny, like the whole 9 yards. And the second night that we were going out, we actually, we went to a bar, and he was there also with a couple of girls from Canada, and they had come to Europe on a clear mission, and they were very vocal about it. So they were basically saying like, we're here to get laid, which is a beautiful thing. I think, you know, that women should definitely be able to do that the same way men do that. And one of those Canadian girls picked my new German friend, and she just walked up to him and made it clear, like, hey, you're gonna get laid tonight. She told him that she chose him, and just made it very clear. And it was amazing to watch, because I was just standing there taking it all in, enjoying the moment, rooting for my guy, you know, knowing that this is a big deal for him. And the whole time he was acting pretty cool, acting pretty nonchalant, trying to act unfazed. And at some point he comes to me and he's just like, I'm definitely getting laid tonight. I'm so excited. And he just kind of like, you know, lifted up the mask for 2 seconds to share with his fellow men, you know, that he was gonna get it in. Excuse my language. And I just loved that moment of vulnerability, you know, like he dropped his cool facade and just, you know, showed us like, hey, this is a big deal for me. And I was like, hey man, enjoy it. This is it, you know, like, this is why you're here, like you're young, living it up. And next day I saw him, and he was telling me like, man, it was crazy. I ended up having to get a hotel. I had to pay a huge amount for a room. I think it was close to 200 euros. And it was just, he was still on the high, you know. He was like, yeah, you know, I ended up spending all this money, but fuck it, you know, pun intended. That was needed. That was required to get to that point. And I was just hanging out with him through the day. We actually ended up doing a day trip together. And I witnessed firsthand him coming down from this adrenaline high, him coming down from this emotional, you know, ego high, and his rationality, his consciousness, and his objectiveness creeping in. And by the end of the day, I was again talking to him about, you know, what had happened. Like, how do you feel about it, man? Like, we're gonna see her tonight. And at that point, he had already kind of got to a phase of almost, I want to say regret. He was telling me like, oh man, actually I don't feel that good about it, like how it went down, and it wasn't all that spectacular, as you can imagine. You know, I've talked about this many times, about one-night stands are often a very difficult puzzle that don't automatically fit right away. So a lot of one-night stands tend to be very clunky and awkward, and that's just, you know, that's something that most men will not tell you, but it is a absolute truth. And I really appreciated the fact that he was able to be transparent and honest with me, and by the end of the day, he was almost calling it a mistake. And I found that so interesting, you know, to see, like, especially young men, they tend to put conquering women and having sex on such a pedestal, and then the idea of it, the concept is so attractive. But then when you actually get to do it, probably more often than not, you'll find that the idea is better than the reality of it. So if you're a young man upset about the fact that maybe you're not getting enough action and you're putting this thing on a pedestal, please understand that it's really not what you think it is. It's really not. And the sooner you'll find out, the better. And obviously, probably most people are going to have to actually find out by doing it. But I'm here to tell you that don't make that your ultimate goal, and don't assume that happiness is at the end of that tunnel. It'll give you an ego boost. It'll make you feel like King Kong for a good couple of hours. But at the end of the day, it'll leave you realizing that the veil has been lifted of something mysterious and mystical, something that gets talked up a lot in media, in our culture, in music, in TV, and something that is an absolute illusion. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that. I hope you guys appreciate the video. Sometimes I definitely question myself whether or not this is interesting or interesting enough or not to share. But I've just decided, you know, with this new format, this new content format, without editing and without much preparation, just me thinking, me and my brain, me and my thoughts, and sharing it with you. This is the only way I'm choosing and I'm willing to continue creating content. And regardless of the fact that people may or may not like it, I love sharing these things. So thank you for whoever is still listening. I really do appreciate you. More than you know. So yeah, this is the spot where everybody comes to take selfies. So I've been observing a lot of Instagram pictures in the making. And boy oh boy, are we a funny species driven by ego, says the man with the vlog camera pointed at himself. Definitely not speaking from a position of superiority. Alright guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you have a question that you want me to make a video about, make your way over to my Discord, to the Q&A section, and I'll make a video answering your question. That's it for now. Ciao ciao.
Hi, my name's Spencer. I'm a filmmaker from Chicago. I'm a person who struggled with anxiety, OCD, and mild depression for most of my life. I've seen many therapists and tried many different medications. Recently, I was kind of looking for something more, to get more motivated, to get more things done, and I had just come across Lorenzo's YouTube channel. I just started binge watching, and I became so inspired about his attitude, the way he goes about things, and he just seems so genuine, so intelligent, and I just decided to reach out because I thought if he could make it through everything that he had made it through and be succeeding so well now, that he must know something. And I can safely say he does. He's so much different than any other therapist I had seen before. I felt like more of a connection. I felt that everything that he was talking about with me was from experience that he had and not just something that he learned in a book. And I think that's the biggest difference that I could honestly say. So he's helped me so much with motivation, organizing my life, more confidence, and the biggest thing is to live in the moment. And I really appreciate what I have and who I'm with and what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And that was something I've never done before. So once again, I would like to highly recommend Lorenz, aka Wounded Viking. Please hit him up for life coaching.